Someone's cooking barbecue outside, and my window's wide open, and it is leaking into my room, and I haven't had dinner yet, so you know what the mood is for today's video. What's up, guys? Hello, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you guys. Today, we are taking a look at Alfred Exiv at the updated Seekers. I know a lot of you guys in Global just got your hands on the first wave of Seekers, which are a very amazing deck. But Seekers has evolved with Alfred Exiv in two different ways. Some people play it with ThinkSaver, some people play it without ThinkSaver, just with Wingles and stuff like that. So you can choose your path. I personally play it with ThinkSaver because I think it's still a very strong finisher, and it gives you at least something to do if you get fully locked down, because Link Joker is pretty popular right now, and this deck doesn't really have unlockers either, so that's a little bit unfortunate. So we're going to just take a look at the deck list and run some games. I haven't been playing too much with this deck yet. I've been mostly climbing with Brawlers and like Bluish Flames, I would say. That's been like the main decks that I've been playing a lot. So we're going to play some games. I still like, played a little bit before recording, although I did play quite a bit when the set released. And, I'm also, spoiler alert, taking my time with the decks of this set because we have this meta for 2 months. And while there are quite a few decks getting like buffs, in this upcoming month, there's like what, 40 buffs or something for cards. So far there's very little that looks very like meta impactful, and so I don't think I'm going to be like redoing certain deck and fights. Maybe I'll like redo Dungaree or something, or like I don't know, maybe I'll do, I don't know, maybe like buff like Chaos or something. That might be fun to relook at, but otherwise I'm going to just wait for those decks to get support in G. So basically September is going to be like finishing up the deck and fights of this month, doing a lot of the event clans that I didn't get to do in the past because of like scheduling issues, and that way we'll be like fully caught up for G and be able to like jump into the G deck and fights as soon as possible. But anyway, here is the deck list. This is what it looks like. So let's just kind of break it down, right? Of course, Gans Revolution, you can't go without it. Everyone's favorite dancing game where you just check, every time you check a heal you gotta just like bust a move. And so yeah, good card, put back to deck to search out Blaster Blade. We run one of each art of Blaster Blade as well, which is great. Then I also have, of course, Blaster Blade Seeker. They're both, kind of wants to retire something, but this guy has to have a Vanguard with the leader in his name on Rearguard Circle, so that's pretty good. Then we run one copy of the Gildas, just for the little like Legion combos. You can search it out, you have a lot of different ways to tutor stuff, so you can definitely run less copies of certain cards in this. Then we have this new guy, which is the Pride Roar Dragon. This guy says, or Proud Roar Dragon, he's a Seeker. Vanguard Rearguard Circle, when this deck hits a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Seeker in its name, you countercharge 1, and then you give another unit plus 2k power, which is good because oftentimes, like you'll notice, our boosters aren't very great. Like we're oftentimes just like having Gringles in the back, and then maybe a Leon or something. So we do like that extra little bit of power to boost up our rearguard columns. Of course, the new grade 3 is Alfred Exiv. So he legions with both the regular Blaster Blade and the Blaster Blade Seeker. And during your turn, if you're in Legion state, for each of your Seeker rearguards, he gains plus 1k. And then if you have 5 or exactly 5 rearguards, which don't have to be Seekers, you get an extra crit, which is also very nice. So not all of your rearguards have to be Seekers to get the crit, but they, he does get plus 1k for every Seeker rearguard, so keep that in mind. And then the probably best part of this effect, or this card in my opinion, is Kalmas 2, Vanguard Circle, search your deck for a Seeker, call it, and until the end of the next turn, that unit cannot be retired by your opponent's effects. So it can only be not retired, it doesn't have resist, so it can be locked, and it can be attacked into by Brawlers. So it's not the, not the best, but it's still pretty good. The nice thing about this is that when you go first and you ride this, you can use that second skill without legioning, right? It says just Kalmas 2 and call something, it doesn't say Kalmas 2 if you are in Legion. So that's a really great part of it. I still like ThinkSaver as a finisher personally. It's pretty cool, at the end of the battle, attack the Vanguard if you're in Legion state, Soul Blast 3, Kalmas 2, discard 2, and then ride a ThinkSaver Dragon from your deck as stand, and then Legion with the Blast Blade Seeker from your soul and draw 2. Of course, it's still a nice, restander, and we use things like the Gringle to just basically put back ThinkSavers from our hand to the bottom of the deck so we can actually use that skill, which is pretty cool. Lien to fill in drop zone, and of course, search for stuff. This is another countercharger. And then I run 2 of the Radinus, I think that's his name. When placed in Rearguard Circle, Soul Blast 2 to draw a card. Now you might be thinking, why would you run that? Like you play ThinkSaver, you need your soul. Yes, you do need your soul, but there are games where you do like re-legion on the Alfred sometimes. And in general, like you will have some games where you just have that excess soul, or maybe like ThinkSaver is not the right play. things like that. So you definitely don't need to like stretch it out too much, I would say. But it's a nice little card to have every now and again. And it's a 5k boost, which isn't that great, but overall it's fine. I run the old PGs because, like, I guess you do need more CB in this. Like, the Wingo version, I guess, needs less. But I personally don't really see a problem with, like, running the old PGs for the time being. Honestly, not that many decks have the crits right now, outside of this one, actually. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I also run the file as a starter because it's still really, really good. So yeah, that's the list. And so now let's take it for a couple games and see how it runs. What? It's getting kind of late. It's like 7 p.m. The sun's starting to set a little bit. I think I'll turn down the lights a little bit, you know? Turn on the lights. It's closing hours, you know, closing up shop already, wrapping up business. But the business doesn't stop for us, not for the content. So yes, don't forget guys, we have the Zero Championship Summer Finals happening this Sunday. If you're watching this when it's uploaded, I know a lot of you guys watch this when the global release happens, but even if you're on the global release and you want to learn what the meta was like at this time in JP, check out the the Japanese Vanguard Zero Championship Summer coverage that we did with WCC Kai, or it'll be a did after this week, but for those of you watching when this goes up, it'll be a will happen. If that makes sense. Alright, Mulligan is pretty straightforward here. We just want to have the right grades and find PGs. And starting with Alfred is always optimal. Like, we love it. Also, yeah, I am grinding for the greats. I don't like feeling pressured to grind for cards. That's why I like to like get everything from the gacha and then like grind only if I want like extra copies of something, or like you know, have like the alternate art copies of something. But it's always stressful, man. It's always stressful when you gotta like grind it out to get the stuff like that. I don't know. I don't enjoy it. Alright, we're drawn to PG. That's good. But yeah, so the greats I'll have, and then just craft the last couple of like the one Neoflame and the one of the great that I'll be missing. And then I'll be able to do coverage on that deck. I haven't even played it yet because I don't have the cards. So seeing a lot of it on ladder, but not been able to get my hands on it, unfortunately. But I've been playing a lot of other decks. There's a lot of Link Joker variants as well. I think up next, I mean, I've already covered 2. I've done Deleters and Dark Zodiac, so I guess I'll do Blaster Joker next, and then we'll leave Venom Dancer for last. That should be pretty good. Alright, let's go Blaster Blade. I kind of want to keep the CC guy for later, especially next turn, because I'm probably going to use this. Theoretically, I'm not going to need BBL for the time being, so we could... I'm just going to trade it in just to see if we can heal out the 1 damage we have. That wouldn't be too bad, right? Let's go Bash. Alright, no heals, but that's fine. That's still a-okay. Alright, so he only has 1 open damage, so hopefully nothing too crazy will happen this turn. I'm always annoyed with like Neoflames and stuff sniping my back rows. It's very annoying. But yeah. How are you guys feeling about Zero though? How has it been on global? I know you guys are enjoying some people are enjoying, some people are not enjoying Legion. It's definitely a different format, very long, like the games are way longer as well. So that's something you gotta keep in mind as well. You know, gotta be kind of like prepared for, I guess. That's the, I guess, unique part of this format, I would say. Is definitely something you gotta be like genuinely prepared for. Alright, let's go into Mr. Alfred Exiv. Could just grab a booster, to be honest. We could just... I think I'm just gonna grab a booster, yeah. As much as normally I would like to just grab intercepts, I think we need a booster more than anything right now. So let's grab this and set it up for next turn. Seems like the right play for me, I think. Alright, so we can just bash with these two. Bash with Regard first. It's very awkward, but we kind of need to, right? I'm denying my own heals if I do that, which is just not cool at all. Is that worth denying my own heals for? I mean, it's better than denying damage. You might check a heal on me too here, so... Oi! How did I know that? How did I know that? Somehow I can just tell. Somehow I can just tell, you know. My spidey senses, there's something else. Oh, but no heals for me, though? That's unfortunate. Alright, well... Don't know if punished or never punished or, you know, unlucky. But one of those things definitely took place right there. But yeah, busy weekend up ahead. We got FRF, X, WCC, VGCS. Actually got the playmats I just received right there. So that's going to be happening tomorrow from the time that I'm recording this. And then the day after that, we got the Vanguard Zero Championship Summer in the morning to commentate with Kai. That'll be fun. Oh, he trying to retire my dude? No, you can't retire my dude, though. He can't be retired by effects. Please pay the cost. Please pay the cost. Please pay the cost. Do it. 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 Aww. He realized. He read it. He checked what it was. Alright, my man's healing again. That's a little bit annoying, but I'll deal with it. I'm okay with it. 3-1. We out here on the grind as always. Can't Legion yet. Oddly enough, actually. Oddly enough, we can't Legion yet. I guess we just Alfred and keep searching stuff. Yeah, I guess we just Alfred and keep searching stuff, yeah. I mean, what else we're gonna do, right? Let's just search the countercharger again and then, like, make back the cost that we're gonna pay for this. I think that sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan to me. I guess we can call this down, too. Call down the Blaster Blade, bash with it, then bash with the grade 2 to countercharge. Push him to 3 so he doesn't get Legion. You know, he can't break right just yet, but we push him around a little bit. Push him around a little bit, you know how we do. Alright, this time at least we're hitting. And hopefully one of our Gans slots appears at the top of the deck. I do play Gans Revolution, so you would expect it to. But lately it's not been coming through too much. Alright, we got 3 cards in drop, so next turn we'll actually have 4. So we can actually like Legion and have the crit pressure, which is pretty good too. So let's see. Now then. Goes for this. That'll retire the Blaster Blade, I guess. Yeah, he's not going for the back row, huh? Not this time. I hope he didn't have any countercharge cards in hand. Otherwise, that'd be a bit unfortunate. Well, we're just going for a slow swing. Like, this is a very, like, light-paced game. Very light-paced is how I'll put that. So next time we can Alfred Exiv. Use the file to find a BBL, I guess. Oh, there's a Gans slot. I guess we can just do this, yeah. Just Legion. I think we put back the Blaster Blade just to have that. What's the right one? Oh, we don't have the right one. Then I'll just do this one. Alright. So, we let the boys Legion up. Let the boys Legion up. There we go. The art somehow looks correct even though it's not. Oddly enough. Alright, then we call this here. I could use Blaster Blade, but I feel like I don't have enough, like, I don't have good enough columns to make this be worth it. So I kind of want to just, like, search out the countercharger again. And with the, like, just use Blaster... but then I could also recycle one of the Thing Savers to the bottom of the deck. Which could be nice. You know what? You know what? I will use this. I will use this. I see the lines now. I see the lines now. Put this back. Hopefully it activates. I hope it does. I do want the crit pressure. I think that'd be really nice. Because this way we get double countercharge. So I'm gonna be... Can I be Pepega for just a second? And just call this down here. I just want the crit. I just want the crit and nothing else. Alright? So we attack with this, right? We hit. It doesn't matter if it was defensive or not. This countercharges and then we give power to this. So that after this checks a PG and hopefully we heal, the Blaster Blade will be able to still CC for me as well. Damn, we actually don't. We actually don't find anything. Alright, well, I'll push him to 5 here. We got double intercept, which will probably die to a Neoflame. He heals on me, though. That's a little bit unfortunate, but I guess we can put back a Thing Saver and pray that we draw into PG here. No, into another grade 2. Where are the heals at? Pretty sure I have all 4 of them in deck, but they're just not coming through. They don't want to pull up. They just don't want to pull up. Alright, Neoflame. This could be game. Like, only having 1 PG is very tough in this matchup because, like, you essentially are in this weird situation where, you know, he's gonna definitely burn your front rows. And I guess that's where I get punished for not using Alfred Exiv. I probably should have, because now he's gonna burn both front rows, push me to 5, and then swing 4 times to face. And he can probably build 16k columns pretty well, so I have to, like, hit a defensive. Even then, his Vanguard swings twice, I only have 1 PG, so I think that's game. We're gonna be needing to channel our inner Royal Paladin player and sack Gancelots, I guess. And not here, though, because that will be denied. Please don't do it now. Fuck's sake, man. It's always on this one. It's always on that one. Never any other time. Yep. Here comes the bajillion attacks to my dome. I literally need to, like, double heal on top of that. Like, of course, you know, of course. No, I need to triple heal, I think. I need to heal here, and then the next 2 attacks. Yeah, that was just... Even if I denied that, he would have just attacked into the rear that had the quote-unquote resist. And then, essentially, like, that would have been one of the rear attacks. The other rear attack goes to face. I guard that. 2 Vanguard swings go to face. Still have to double 6 damage heal. Like, That was rough. That was rough. I mean, he played it slow and he played it right, honestly. Like, we just didn't have anything else to really do. All right, let's run it back. I was hoping to take this, you know... Yeah, I won like 2 games before stream. Just to, not before stream, before recording. Because I wanted to warm up a little bit. But looks like I should have recorded those games instead at this point. I mean, there weren't anything to write home about, though. It was literally just like Royals doing Royal stuff, like healing, PGing, you know, retiring stuff. It was actually against Link Joker, too. I played like 2 games against Link Joker, and just like, they didn't have, like, they didn't have the damage to do more than just Blaster Joker all the time, so, yeah. I don't want TSD in my opening hand. I generally don't. Please, put it away, give me Alfred. Okay, that's better. That's better. We also have the Lien start, which is pretty good, and a PG in the opening hand, which is also very nice. We like that. We like that a lot. Alright, Link Joker, they always run the starter these days. Think Saver can be discarded for sure. Definitely like that. Lien Right is also very good. Just to have that instant, like, going first, rest something to draw is always great. Always great. Alright, draw into another PG. That's good. We like that a lot. Definitely appreciated. So, now it's to see which kind of build they're playing. If they're running Lanthanum, feels like Venom Dancer. Feels like Venom Dancer. But might not be. Who knows? Gets to draw Imaginary Plane. I see it as a one-up sometimes. As much as I feel kind of like whatever about it, I do see it as a one-of. We just ride Blaster Blade and swing, I think. Don't want to overdo it. Because if you give 2 damage, they're gonna like photon you and stuff, and you don't want that either, so just kind of wait until you get 2 counter blasts for next turn. Use Alfred, call the countercharger, bash with the countercharger. Fortunately, Alfred does not protect from locking, it only protects from retire. So that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's see what the grade 2 ride is. Okay, well yeah, the Imaginary Plane pattern is still very much being shown off here. So not too surprised by this one here. Not too surprised by this one. Alright, second damage, another countercharger gets burned. Gans Revolution is appreciated. Is definitely appreciated. Alright, let's put this back first. Just to, you know, just to shuffle twice. Oh, that's a nice one. Alright, skill. Let's get that countercharger out the way. Where is the SP one? Oh, I damage checked it, huh? Alright, that's fine. Alright, cool. So we basically get to swing with this, countercharge, give extra power. This can't be retired. We don't want to call anything else. Just kind of keep it under control. Keep it chill. Keep it relaxed. You know? Just like your arm when you get vaccinated. Keep it relaxed. Don't get tense. It's going to hurt. Alright, it's going to be again a no pass trigger. Yes, just like last game. Alright. Once again, my opponent hits a defensive and I hit nothing and start crying in a very loud voice. But it's okay. It's okay. That's just the life of Alfred, you know? I can only be so confident in the Brawler deck and fight. You know, I have to just absolutely just die in one of the other ones, right? Infinite Zero and Imaginary Plane so far have been shown off. That's all. That's all he's shown off for me. And it's a draw, too, which means it's a pretty important component. But even then, when it's an important component, if you run the Soul Blast guy, like, if it's a heal, it's better because you Soul Blast it out after break riding, and then you instantly just, like, you know, eat that shit right back up, so it's much better that way. 2 cards in drop, 4 damage, pain ensues. This can't be retired. Neither can this. Very awkward. Very awkward. I guess we're gonna search for the countercharger. I get now why people run the 12k attackers because that at least hits the Vanguard, but at the same time I don't really want to give him 4 damage right now. Kind of scared, kind of worried for my well-being right now. Not gonna lie, NGL as the kids say. We do need to hit with this to the Vanguard to actually, like, you know, make it be something important. But for the time being, it's okay. I don't want to call this one because it might get locked down, so we're gonna be careful there. Swing with this. Like, it's fine. We're not gonna countercharge this turn, but maybe we sack. I don't know. That's not a sack. That's a ooh. That's not sack at all. I'm just basically putting up two interceptors for jokes, you know, just for the giggles, the boyish giggles as they call them. Now then, will he jump? Will he skip the break ride skill and just go straight to Legion? 3 CB is quite a lot for Link Joker to do some nasty stuff with. Now he's gonna just attack, not even give me the second cow blast. Alright, I see you. I see you. He wants me to also give him He wants me to give him the 4 damage to break ride with. Which means I need to call something that I'm happy to just, like, say goodbye to. Could it be Blaster Joker? I don't know. Let's try to draw. I know there's a PG at the bottom, but let's try to draw anyway for now. We don't see Think Saver anywhere near. Alfred, huh? Alfred, huh? We do have Legion now. We could try to do something with that. We could try to do something with Legion. But it's really awkward because I have to, like, commit a full board just for the crit. I could have lethal though, like, wow, but going from 3 to 6 is really hard. Like, because you need to hit them to 4, then hit them with the crit, and then hit them again. I guess I'll Legion just for the sake of Legioning, but it sure don't feel so good. It sure don't feel too good. That's for sure. 1 BBS left in deck right now, huh? Interesting. Yeah, this don't feel too good right now, I'm not gonna lie. It definitely feels a little bit off. But we can see what we can make happen. We can see what we can make happen. This doesn't even proc because all my BBSs are gone. Well, they're in my hand actually, they're not gone. Yeah, this is really awkward because we can assume that we're gonna lose the intercepts, right, to locks. I don't have any other boosters either. I think we just do... but then I don't have the crit. I'm gonna do this weird formation, alright? I'm gonna do this weird formation, just have the crit and, like, force out the PG. Who knows, you might not have one, right? You might not have one. The heal doesn't proc either. I feel like I don't know, I'm trying to play to my outs as much as possible, but I'm not sure what else I could be doing right now. The draw is nice if it's into a PG, if not, then not so nice. So his heal is Garnet Star, which is really interesting. Heal being Garnet is very peculiar, but I guess it's fine. Alright, so next turn, chances are both of my intercepts will be locked. Alfred Exiv is off the table. Blaster Joker is actually quite okay. It's surprisingly fine. It's surprisingly fine. Oh, it's SP2. Damn, that looks good. Look at that, boys and girls. That looks good. Look at the little aura around the sword. Damn. I like that. Ooh, this Lantum's gonna get big. He gonna get big. Alright, am I at the mercy of death again? No, because it doesn't deal damage. It's not Dragon Youth. Alright, here comes Mr. Brasta Joka. Burajo. The BJ himself, as they call him in the streets. Damn, beautiful. Beautiful SP. Looking great. Ooh, like Photon's, like, eye shield is, like, glowing. It's kind of nice. Alright. Call down something that you lock. Palladium, yep. That makes sense as like a thing you would call down to lock. And now what I need is him to have 0 intercepts, which seems to be the case, and I top deck into Think Saver. But actually Think Saver would not be enough because he retires my mate here. Yeah, he retires my mate. So I have to ride Alfred Exiv just to re-Legion. And like just to, you know, like bash, I guess. Alright, show me them heals. No heals found. Alright. At least next turn we can go like Alfred Exiv, re-Legion 2 PGs, a Think Saver, and a BBS. And then we just like take it from there. We take it from there and see what happens. Okay, he's gonna Omega Lock me now. That's fine. That's fine. Well, it's actually not fine, but I'll take it if I must. Both of my front rows are BBSs, right? Yup. I was afraid of this. Look at that. 32k Lanthanum. Damn. Damn, as they say. Damn, as they say. Alright, both PGs burned. That's alright. That's alright. Top deck Think Saver. Actually, it doesn't matter if I do. If I did, it actually wouldn't be that good. We just re-ride, because you can re-Legion with the same... If you're already Legioned with a specific grade 3 once, you can re-Legion with it that turn. So you have to, you know, you have to re-ride. We can Legion with a Blaster Blade, but it looks ugly, so I don't... I'm not gonna do it because it looks ugly. I like the matching art. Alright, so I think all heals are still chilling in the deck, so we just need to, like, check them, and we'll be fine. I don't want to give him 2 CB, because then he could do this again. So we're gonna swing into the Lanthanum. Actually, what's more nasty? Lanthanum with 1 lock? They're both tank attackers. This one actually scales, huh? Good, good. That's my fighting chance. That's my fighting chance. Give me another one. Damn it, the PG would have been great. There was my fighting chance, but we didn't quite have it. Alright, gonna use Palladium here to relock my front row, so we have 2 turns of locked front row, but at least we don't lose Legion Mate. He skips it. What could possibly be more important? the booster doesn't even matter that much. Photon doesn't matter that much either. I mean, he potentially has game here if I don't heal, but I mean, I always talk about healing. I think I talk about it too much and they don't come through. I think I'd rely on Ganslot too much, ladies and gentlemen. I think this might not be the best showing of this deck right now today. I had much better performances, unless the heal comes through and saves me. Look at that. Ah, damn it. I was gonna say the sleeves have like the Kimetsu no Yaiba, like, you know, the water breathing technique on them. I was like, I can surely water breathe Ganslot into existence, but I guess not. I guess not. Alright, I'll give you a third game. I'll give you one more game. We clearly lost up against some god of the top ladder, but I'll give you one more game to see if we can actually not go 0-3 and lose everything, and hopefully we can win something. Okay, let's see. Against Emmy, Mr. Lulis. Let's have a good one, Mr. Lulis. Or Miss Lulis, you know, just Lulis. Let's have a good one. Going first this time. I wonder if this makes a difference or not. I don't want to open this. We can do like this. Oof. That's a hand. That's a hand right there. But yeah, a lot of people do run the non-Thing Saver version, but honestly, like, I've been saying that Thing Saver is good and like not drawing into him when it matters. So I'm not really sure what to think right now, to be honest. Alright, we have one grade 3 in hand that it's definitely not the right one. I have lost to Ganslot before, as viewers of my Twitch channel will definitely recall from way back. Way back when. Ooh, we swing and we draw and damn, we out here. Okay, we whiff and heals, that's more important than anything right now to me. Alright, take that damage into a BBS. Alright, now all I need is to see an Alfred off the top. That's not an Alfred off the top. I would rather be Great Stuck than be in this position right now. These are going back. Actually, is it a good idea to put them back? Would you rather heal or have a higher chance to draw into the right grade 3? That's a question I've never thought about. That's a question I've never thought about. Alright, let's swing. The draw card, that would have been great to have. Alright, PG in the damage is always great. Man, playing as Bermuda is definitely not fun either. This deck is top tier as hell, and it drags out games so bad. Like, these games just go on forever, and you know that. You know they do. Alright, do we check a draw? We don't. Top deck Alfred, come on. Top deck Alfred and we're good. Nobody has to get hurt. Please. Alright, search that, search that. Resist is great, especially against me because I retire stuff. Drop the other heal from hand, you love to see it. Alright. I'm not riding you, man. I'm not riding you. You're not gonna have your way. Even if you try. You are not gonna have your way. We're gonna just win on Blaster Blade, just like Aichi intended. Just like Aichi intended, we're gonna win on Blaster Blade. I'm saying it here and now. It doesn't matter. As long as I have CB2 to retire, all I need. We're gonna win on Blaster Blade. I'm not writing Ganslot. Unless, like, we push him to 4, and it's just, like, take out PGs and stuff. That might be the case. That might be a good reason. But we'll see. Alright. Ride. Some reason... Ooh, overcalling. Oh, they can already Legion. They can already Legion, huh? Alright, well, good for you. You can Legion while I can't ride grade 3. That's, I don't know how I feel about that one. Feels like inequality to me. Alright. So he's gonna bounce... Does he not have PGs in hand? That might be our fighting chance. He's been, like, bouncing everything but the PG so far. So I'm assuming he hasn't drawn into them yet. Alright, what's he cloning? I'm guessing the... Oh, cloning that. Okay, that's fine. So he has all the resist cards right now. And I have 2 CB. And the ability to retire stuff. So I'm assuming that he will not make a front row of anything but that. Because that will otherwise let me snipe stuff with the Blaster Blade. Alright, there's one, there's 2, yep. Alright, we committing the Blaster Blades to the field. I am winning on Blaster Blade. This has been... That'd be a fun challenge, huh? That'd be a fun challenge. Like, you have to win without riding a grade 3 in 0. That's kind of, like, insane when you think about it. Oh, double PG gone to bottom. I feel like we have a fighting chance. We've drawn 2 cards and they've both been Ganslot, too. Hold up. What if I go super mad, lad? What if I go insane? Can I go insane for a moment? They ain't ready. They ain't ready. I'm telling you right now, they ain't ready. They really ain't ready. I'm telling you right now. They ain't ready. I can smell that there's no PG in that hand. I can smell it. Literally, like, it's in the air right now. It's in the air. I can smell that there's no PG in that hand. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. This is the Gansalon deck and fight. This is what you've all been asking for. This is what boys like, right? Oh, the heal trigger too. Gans gaming forever. Oh my god. Yes! Oh my god, please don't heal. No way. That's it. That's the video. That's the video. That's the... Yo. I don't know what to say. Yo, look how many points I gained. You know they were up high in the ladder. Bruh. That's probably the best game I've had in these videos so far. I was like, I'm gonna win on Blaster Blade. That's it. I'm not writing Ganslot. But then I realized, you know, I paused for a moment and I thought to myself, all these games I've been calling his name. I've been calling his name, you know, trying to bring up his phone and be like, Ganslot, where are you, man? I need you. I need you to save me. And, you know, while you might be interpreting that as like, you know, I need him to save me by giving me a 6 damage heal, what I was actually asking for was him to save me by giving me a win, you know? We don't have to win by healing. We can win by swinging, you know? Ganslot, the Ganscan's Revolution has multiple levels, right? You have multiple songs to choose from. They have different, you know, difficulties. And sometimes you just gotta challenge the highest difficulty of Ganscan's Revolution, and you'd be surprised what kind of results you actually get out of it. So yeah, that was a very great showcase on the great aspects of Alfred Exiv and what an amazing card it is, and definitely not why Ganslot is so great. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. That's going to be it for me today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.